Me deben faltar unos 7 misiones más o menos. A ver si lo termino esta noche. Capito. Campaña, continuar. Rainy Assault.
Volví.
Hola.
Hola.
With the loss of an arsenal bird, followed by the destruction of their
Hola,
ballistic
Amy.
missile base, Erussia is running out of ways to counter.
¿Anclo
This
el
is a
mapa?
great opportunity for the Ocean Army to
¿Anclo
bolster
este
our
mapa que
power
mandas?
to eventually take down
no,
the
si ese es
Erusian
un-
capital of Farbanti.
Una puta mierda comparado al que
Special
estoy haciendo.
long-range strategy
Ah, ya.
is entering its final
Para que
phase.
vean cómo está formado el mapa. weón.
Our objective
Está sacando imágenes de Gol Legiard y
capture
tal.
the Erusian Air Force
O sea, la
base
weá.
in Cape Race.
Terrible esa idea, así como el dibujo que mandó arriba el Lenga de joven, así.
This
Terrible
important
hecha la weá.
base
Pero
is at the
sí creo que hay
forefront of
páginas
our
que también
strategy
meten
to
ese tipo de
establish
cosas,
control
como-
of Farbanti.
Sí, pero ya tengo que hacer la
Under
weá.
the cover of night, our plan is that all
Llevo como
squadrons will
5
invade
días
the
haciendo esta
valley to
weá.
the south and mount an air assault on the area.
Ah, con
The enemy's
shit, madre.
observation
Por ejemplo,
Ah.
esta.
Ah, estáis streameando.
skies above
La weá que me
the
dice.
clear
Lo pensé.
Mira.
¿Qué dice?
bien.
Ah,
Es
Joder.
que, es que
Viendo el mapa de Joem, Joem es chiquitito, weón.
joven es chico, weón.
Sí.
Te lo pasáis todo en un día caminando.
Sí.
altitude will need to be restricted.
Pero tiene todos los
You
puntos,
go.
weón. Tiene volcanes, tiene un desierto. Y es como, weón. Ahí es eso, son 20 metros de desierto.
Mm, ya, bueno.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
también puedes escoger qué tan complejo se puede ver.
Striders.
No estoy entendiendo ni una wea, espérate.
A la izquierda hay este.
refueling process. Be careful of reduced visibility.
Esto es para hacer un mapa.
Sí, un mapa propio de esto, que hay cosas.
¿Cómo empiezo de cero? Customize.
Make right. Trigger, maintain your current approach. 50 meters. Excellent work, Trigger.
Soy buenísimo, pa.
¿Cómo funciona esto?
Te vas a customize y seleccionas
Refueling
cositas.
initiated. Maintain your current
Ah,
position.
en la izquierda hay una flechita.
Ah, vale.
Tú customize que puedes ir agregando cosas, moviendo cosas.
¿Y puedo eliminar cosas?
Por lo que entiendo, sí. Puedes limpiar
¿Qué
todo lo que hay.
significa cuando la wea se pone roja?
Strider 1, you have passed through
Ah, no
waypoint
tengo.
En la
1.
altura.
Ah, sí.
Ah,
Diferente altura, puedes poner cerro y esas cosas.
All aircraft
Conche tu
reduce
madre, porque no
altitude.
supe
We
esta
have
wea
altitude
antes.
restrictions from here on
Ah,
out.
cierto, esta wea, vamos a hacerla.
Keep altitude
Bueno,
below
queda ahí
600
para un
meters.
futuro. Lo voy a.
Good.
Lo voy a.
Un
Maintain
mundo
your
medieval.
current course.
Ujú. De hecho, así es como lo conocí.
Vaya, llegó mi gata, deja de ir a contarla.
Searchlight up ahead. Watch for it.
Joder.
Ah,
Stay
con
out of
doble
their
clic
sight.
creaste una ciudad. Vale.
Strider, Aslan's 1. Our current ETA matches yours. Catch them off guard. Can we secure the LZ quickly? We'll get you down safe. I'm worried you're short on men. Everyone here's already signed their will.
Quiero colocar cosas.
That ain't funny.
Déjame ver.
Everyone else
Que yo tampoco la uso demasiado, así que no.
understood.
Déjame cómo la usaría.
Strider 1, you've passed through waypoint 2.
Bueno, bueno.
The valley's about to get narrower. Be careful.
Pero me están faltando. poquito.
When can we take on the final mission? I'm starting to get tired of all this. This is the last step, Count. We'll take the enemy base and use it as a bridgehead. Watch yourselves out there. We're going to need all of you in Farbanti. Without Wiseman here, everybody wants to give orders.
Ah, que pone la cagada de música de este juego.
The best thing about Strider Squadron is our leader keeps his mouth shut.
Ah, pero claro, porque... Vale, ya entendí. A ver esto. Vale. Ya entiendo. Mágico. Tiene cuidado. Si el Lenga se fue, después le digo. Oh. Perfecto. Oh. Mágico. Esto es enormemente complicado, pero... O sea, quizá innecesariamente complicado, pero se va entendiendo. ¿Qué es esto? ¡Oh! Mágico.
You've passed waypoint 3.
Oh.
You're coming up on the base, imposing radio silence. We won't be able to talk again until you're over the base. Continue to keep an eye on your altitude. There are plenty of dark spots that can sneak up on you.
Oh. Ahora. ¡Ah! Dice... ¡Ah! Creo que rompieron cosas. Y luego que hice... Rompí el mundo, ¿sabes todo?
¿Ah?
Rompí el juego. No sé qué hice.
Punto.
Ah,
Ahí sí, logré pasar.
no sé qué hice. Rompí
No
el
sé
juego.
qué.
You just passed through waypoint 4. Radio silence has been lifted. You're almost at the base. We made it. That was quite the roller coaster ride.
Oh.
Visual confirmation on the airbase. Reach destination. Commence the attack. It's time for their wake-up call. The longer it takes, the worse off we'll be. Hurry up. Finish them off. All right, let's give it a beating. Target destroyed. Bomber confirmed destroyed. Enemy start attacking! The hell did they come from?
Entiendo. Rompí algo. Oh, qué entrete.
Defenses are online. Yes, they finally decided to
Cuidado.
wake up. Keep up the attack.
Ah, ¿puedo ponerle textura? Vamos a ponerle textura.
Roger that.
Oh,
If the enemy is still
esto
present,
es maravilloso.
direct ground forces arrive. Mission a failure. Go help our allies.
Claro.
Your jokes haven't gotten any better.
La verdad que me encanta. Vamos a ver.
Multiple helicopters spotted. Do you have a visual on them? Strider 1, I need you to take out those enemies in the LZ. Strider 1, lock on target. Vehicle eliminated. That's the last of our NTO taken out. Strider 1, target destroyed. Basilisk 1, landing down. Trust your allies, Richie. Space is ours for the taking.
A ver si lo alcanzo.
Wait the base, Commander. What are you waiting for?
Oh, me quedé sin nada.
Strider 1, don't eyes up. You've engaged the enemy reinforcements. Requesting immediate
¿Qué será presión?
Copy that. We'll send some your way. Pizza guy's in trouble. Let's help him out. It's all right. Those two OZ and big shots will take care of him for us. Strider Squadron, do it quickly, or we'll lose the element of surprise.
Vale, vale. Detente. No, nada. Me equivoqué.
Ya.
Visual confirmation on the airbase. Reach destination. Commence the attack. It's time for their wake-up call. The longer it takes, the less off they'll be. Hurry up. Finish them off. All right, let's give them beating. Target acquired. Target down and out. Target is in machine gun range. Enemies are attacking! The hell did they come from? They took out our leader's bird! Hurry or the roosters on the ground! Fire on the searchlight! I can't see where the enemies are coming from! It looks like the enemy's air defenses are online. Yes, they finally decided to wake up. Keep up the attack. The sooner we finish this thing, the better. Roger that. If the enemy is still present in large numbers when our ground forces arrive, the mission will be a failure. Go help our allies. Be quick. Our time beats us free. Your jokes haven't gotten any better. Strider 1, missile launched. Right,
Pura cagada, weón.
¿Qué cosa? La
Oye,
cuestión.
esta cosa que te mandé es maravillosa.
Enséñame, ¿qué se puede hacer?
Ah,
No tengo wey, ya voy a acostar a mi gata, voy. La wea que mi gata estaba llena de hormigas.
Oh,
Ya lo limpio. La agarro, se me cae la fuente de agua, coño. Se
Dentro.
tu madre, que todo el piso mojado. Dije,
Strider 1, target destroyed.
lo peor es que fui después, tiré el agua, se me lo caí. Soy así.
Trust your allies and keep moving. Space is ours to take.
Ah, ya se fijaron en los nombres de las
Fight the
cosas.
base, Commander.
Vale.
What are you waiting for?
Ya, tenemos un nuevo máster por siempre, Rocky, lo que no te queda.
No, si quieres que lo traer.
We've engaged the enemy reinforcements.
Oh.
Copy that. Send some your way. Pizza
Tenemos que hacer ese rol que el Fabio me mandó, es muy bueno.
All right. Those two big shots will take care
Ustedes
of
no
them.
saben quiénes son y la hoja de personajes las tengo yo.
Oh,
All enemy
Tienen
fighters
que ir
down.
descubriendo quiénes son a medida que
I
juegan.
feel their pain. I really do. This is war.
Es terrible bacán.
Strider Squadron, do it quickly. Use the element of surprise. Air support is on its way. Strider 1, missile launched. Target eliminated. Great work. Okay, that attack just took out the enemy front line. Way ahead is cleared up. Have our thanks. Give me a damage report. We've suffered heavy losses. This is more than a surprise attack. Picking up an enemy squadron. It must be the reinforcements they called in. Confirmed at least one
Ahora,
leader.
dame ¿puedo hacer control Z?
Still got 3 enemy fighters left. It's not over yet.
No, bueno, digamos que esto lo hizo en forma rápida. Moví el mouse. Simplemente.
Two remaining.
Y salió este.
One last enemy fighter.
Qué bacán. Esa guay que da de
Strider Squadron,
digamos
enemy
que sí.
reinforcements. Get some goddamn support there
Pero
now.
eso, que después puedes guardarlo.
¡No! ¡No! ¡No, no, 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 no! ¡No tiene daño!
That takes care of that. Nice work.
que bacán para gente que se gusta.
That's the last of them. We've
Puedes
achieved air
agregar
superiority.
ciudades, culturas y bla bla. Vale. Por ejemplo, mira, estas se generaron de forma aleatoria, ¿qué pasa?
Joder.
Mira, todas esas ciudades se hicieron. Las puedes editar, seleccionar y editarlas.
Qué bacán.
Puedo agregar...
There's still quite a few enemies holed up in there. However, we can't afford to wait any longer. Begin the assault. If anyone resists,
puedes agregar rutas de comercio, esas cosas.
Hasta verle contento.
contact! 2 o'clock! Go! Go! Fire!
Cultura. Interesante. A pesar de que hay tantas ciudades, solamente hay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 culturas.
Hombre. Hay muchísimas ciudades en Chile y tampoco es como si hubiera muchas
Sí,
culturas.
sí.
El cerebro es muy bajo. El cerebro. ¡Oh! El... ¿Cómo se llama esta weá que es lo contrario, algo que hace mucho frío? Donde hay mucha arena y cactus.
¿Desierto?
Ah, bueno, el desierto en este mapa es una puta mierda. Es nada. Pero lo tenéis que pasar sí o sí.
Claro,
O no, depende del dinero que tengas. Bueno, no sé.
descansen y todas esas
Goodbye.
Okay, go ahead and begin your approach. To the flight control. Roger that. Strider 1, this is Basilisk. The runway is clear. You have permission to land. The party is on as soon as you get here. Reduce your speed.
Oh, a ver.
Buena pista.
3,000 meters to the runway. Turn right. You are right on course. Maintain current heading.
Voy a dejar poder ir cambiando de uno. Oh, por Dios, no puedo ir cambiando de uno. ¡Que baja! Vaya, por Dios.
Right on the money.
Los trabajos más
Strider 1.
profesionales suelen ser los más paz.
Strider 1 has landed.
Ya, me
Let's
imagino
go and
que
meet him.
Oh, qué misión. Vamos. Misión 15, faltan 5.
Clear and lock. Pero, por ejemplo...
Excellent work on the night raid. Submarines have arrived from the Ocean mainland and are refueling. This base will serve as a frontline platform for our mission to take Farbanti. We're almost at the end of this operation.
Ah, me dan A, rango A. Maté todo. Todo y me dan rango A. Estos bastardos.
Váyanse a la concha de madre.
Literalmente maté todo. Oh, la cresta. Oh, agilado. Cuesta caleta sacarle S a este juego. Casi siempre les combo saco S, en este no puedo. Me tienen baneada la S.
Vaya.
Baneado por weón.
Mihai's second sortie was designed to calculate how his physiology changed under the stress of combat. My job was to compare his performance as a pilot now to when he was younger and understand how his skills evolved. To tell you the truth,
Por favor.
I'm not sure I wanted to know the answers anymore. For a man his age, Mihai's body was unbelievably resilient, remarkably flexible. His reflexes were as sharp as they ever were. Still, after all those years of flying in the outer layers of the atmosphere, even someone as strong as Mihai wasn't immune to the effects of the strain. The human body is fragile. It was not meant to handle the excessive amounts of radiation that constantly bombarded the stratosphere. For Mihai's second sortie, we used a flight suit that was still untested. He seemed fine on takeoff, but by the time he landed back at the base, it was clearly a mess. He got caught in a surprise dogfight with an especially stubborn enemy. It took a while for Mihai to bring him down. The suit was ineffective. According to the data, it wouldn't let him fly to his full potential. A new flight suit was made to my exact specifications. When it finally arrived, Mihai's granddaughters glared at me with their disapproval. They blamed me for the pain their grandfather had to keep enduring. But Mihai remained stoic. He wasn't the type of man who cared about anything that happened here on the ground. I wasn't worried about it. I was confident the new suit would protect him thoroughly, so that he could maneuver his plane any way he wanted. The moment he took off in his new flight suit, I realized what I had failed to before. Right after takeoff, as the wheels retracted, the plane suddenly arced up. It accelerated so quickly. I had never seen a plane move like that before. Mihai hit the high G's multiple times before disappearing into the blue. The support team couldn't even keep up. And then I knew. I understood why he never seemed to care about restoring his stolen country back to its former glory, and why he didn't seem to care about anything that happened here on the ground. Of course, Mihai's kingdom was the sky.
La batalla de Farban.
The operation to capture Erusia's capital, Farbanti, is beginning. This is the culmination of our work. We need to capture the Erusian forces' general headquarters in the south of Farbanti and end this war. The plan is for ground troops to attack Farbanti from both the east and north, and a task fleet will attack from the southwest. We will secure air superiority over the capital, while providing air support for our allies on the ground and in the water as required. By all accounts, we expect this to be an intense, full-scale battle across land, sea, and air. Should you need to replenish your ammunition or make necessary repairs to your craft, a return line has been set up in the north. During this operation, we will also be tasked with having to destroy the communications satellites that Erusia hacked. If we take down the information communication system that we believe they have control over, it should plunge Erusia into chaos. Once the capital falls, the Erusian military will be isolated and thrown into chaos, making it easier for us to handle the war. However, that can't happen until after the capital falls. So you guys are the stars.
En el Ace Combat hay una parte en el juego
Erusia will fight like a
en el que se
tiger.
pierde la conexión a
We
internet
cannot lose. We must seize the
completamente, que a la
capital
pura
and
caga
end
en la
this
batalla
war.
pasaron a llevar los satélites. ¿Ah?
Qué bacán.
Que a la pura caga y todos están desorientados porque no se pueden comunicar. Porque como todo es por a través de internet, todas las misiones, se pierde toda la conexión. Y las últimas 5 misiones se hacen con briefing manual. No, todas las cosas las hacen con un puntero.
Ah, con che tu madre.
Vaya, pues.
No, esa cuestión el medio giro, muy bacán, ¿no?
Me da pena que no divertido.
Qué pena que no me gustan los juegos.
It's so sad. ¿Llevo el láser o no llevo el láser? Bombas de tierra, ¿no?
Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP.
Sí, es complicado recomendar Ace Combat. Es un gusto adquirido, prácticamente.
WhatsApp.
Es que no es como que tengáis deseo de, oh, quiero jugar un juego de aviones. No es, no es como que pase eso, sí.
Pues no.
Es que por eso, es un gusto adquirido. Tenéis que jugar uno al menos y probarlo bien.
Our
Y
troops have engaged at
si te gusta,
Farbanti
bueno, si no,
Reconstruction
no.
Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys in those 3 locations. This'll end the war. It's time. Commence the operation. Our friends are waiting. Lately, as your company
Pues creo que se
commander,
está apareciendo un poco.
young bucks coming after our champions.
Oye, pero no me mates los aviones que apunto. Yo,
Pressure on me, so I think I'm gonna go out there and run up the score a bit. Just to show you guys how it's done.
No le gastas en las alturas como estoy tentando para que me las puedo mandar.
Come back in one piece.
Oye, pero lo que te mandé es muy resumido. No, es que se parece 100% calcado
Ya,
encima.
mira, yo estoy haciendo mientras tanto. Es como para ver cómo hacer las cosas. Estoy aprendiendo del programa. Pero se supone que con esta herramienta puedo volar cositas. Bananas está bastante alto. Ese volcán tiene una montaña gigante. Como esto, si los alturas pueden... puedo cachar lo que pasa. Pero yo lo dejo de los
A ti te voy a mandar el mapa, ¿no? A ti te lo mando. Tú eres la que se sabe el mapa.
Sí, sí, porque mi personaje por historia se lo deberían quedar en
María aventurera y tus padres te contaron todo. Conocimiento del mundo. Ah, de hecho, a todos les tengo que mandar el mapa porque al ser pueblo banano, un pueblo turístico, tienen un hotel y en el hotel tienen...
información de
Esto es Asen. Usted está aquí.
Our ground forces are now moving to capture Farbanti Reconstruction Park. They're already engaged with the enemy. It seems the enemy was fast to detect them. They can use some air support. Fox 2.
¿Qué?
Target eliminated. Target is in range of guns.
Si nos empeñamos en pasarnos este rol entero, va a ser como jugar un juego de Pokémon.
están enfermos.
Es gigante la wea, es que la estoy viendo las ciudades, estoy viendo los pueblos y conche tu madre que estoy creando, weón. Am I an insane person?
Mira, ¿cacháis la serie de Pokémon? ¿Sabes cuántos capítulos tiene? Oh no, ya estoy casándose, ¿no?
No sé.
Tiene como 700 capítulos. Ah. No,
Mira,
allá.
tiene una versión para que se vea con perspectiva.
¿En serio?
Mira,
¿El
mira,
apoyo ese programa?
mira,
¿Quién fue el enfermo que lo creó?
no lo sé. Mira, el lindo.
Two separate combat zones. We need to split our forces into two.
Qué bacán. ¿Para la altura?
And for either area, Cyclops will take care of the HQ, we're falling back. We don't stand a chance against their air support. Hold your ground. Fox 2, Fox 2. Who cares if the aircraft's got 3 strikes? Fox 2, Fox 2. Careful. The roads and sunken ships make these waters shallow.
I'm on my target's tail.
Hold them! Don't let them through!
que voy a perder todo lo que hice.
Got flies buzzing around our heads. Don't take your eyes off them.
Adiós,
Okay,
¿eh?
Trigger. The submerged area is all yours. We'll deal with the other threat. Let's go. Lucian.
Roger.
Recuérdame,
Missiles closing.
no
Strider 1.
pulsar la imagen combat. Y recuerda,
Roger.
no
Enemy has a lock on you. Strider 1, locked on target.
Hoy los barcos son terrible duros. ¡Ah!
Oye, ¿esto se actualiza? La última actualización fue en octubre del año pasado.
Green strike is overhead. Windy luck now on our
Parece
side.
que tiene cositas que en el rey.
Vessel confirmed sunk.
The harder the battle, the less likely it goes according to plan. Thanks to our air support, victory is within sight. Let's turn the remaining enemies into start base.
Básicamente, no sé cuál será su función exacta, pero destruyó todo lo que tenía ahí. A mí me parece que no tienen la costumbre de poner restricciones como tú pones encima.
Yo lo intenté.
Ah, no, espera, espera, en la descripción. ¿Sabes dónde salen las descripciones? En la parte de abajo de la pantalla, en letras chiquititas. Maravilla.
Longer this drags on, the greater our losses.
Así, cualquiera entiende. Me imagino que esto es para gente bastante enferma del rol.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Watch out for those enemy tanks. You don't want any surprises.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Porque la verdad es que esto funciona rápido.
That area is all yours, Strider. We'll back up one squadron at the Silver Bridge. Strider 1, Fox 2.
Yo estoy haciendo cosas muy grandes.
Missile, evade! Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
En la ciudad externa debe haber hartas montañas, ¿no?
Target destroyed.
Creo que me dice que el desierto está de camino.
Hiding in the ruins.
Fuerte.
Take them out before
Para
they
que
get
también se
overrun.
entienda.
Más arriba a la izquierda. Lo que es la unión. Sí, la unión de siempre.
La unión, sí. Obviamente que teníamos que pasar la sí o sí a menos que tuviéramos mucho dinero. Me imagino que ese mucho dinero seguiría en ustedes.
Lleno de asquerosos
All
extranjeros.
aircraft, move on to assist other
¿De
units.
quién?
Target is in range of guns. They're after me. I need cover.
Después de doble clic, está
Strider 1, locked on target. Behind the enemy.
¿Dónde se supone que empieza el juego?
Ah,
¿Dónde empieza el juego ahora?
está a la derecha. Aquí tiene como una esquina. Un cachito.
¿Está la F?
Ese cuartico. ¿Cómo se llama el lugar que no puso?
You're low on special weapons.
Eyeball to Tucker 2-4. Requesting fire for rage. Coordinates 2294-5002. Target is enemy MBT formation. Fire for effect with your strongest round.
Carajo.
Maintain course to return for resupply.
Missiles have got a lot of armaments.
Ah,
Strider 1. Strider 1, this is... Eyeball to Tucker 2-4. Bracketing is complete. Fire for effect. Roger. Team fire in the action. Accurate 2870. Elevation 237. Prepare to volley. Fire.
vas a hacer más ciudades después.
¿De cuántas ciudades hay?
Por
Did
favor.
really well out there. This is sure to bring an end to the war. You'll be
Ciudades
heroes.
en pueblito.
13. Conche tu madre.
¿En qué estás pensando, animal?
Esta es una experiencia de puta madre.
Fue con una cercanía.
Thanks for the fire support.
13 ciudades.
Want a piece of me? You've got it.
The enemy is worn out.
Todavía terminan los pueblos. Muy bien. Parece correcto. Vas a cargar la cabeza de
Pero
todo.
eso solo gimnasia. Una ciudad, total una ciudad.
Chaffin flares are running low. 3 minutes remaining. Spotted enemy backup. Check your radars.
Esas trailitas que están cerca de ciudad.
Help other allies in trouble.
Son tres islas, ¿no? Cada una tiene un pueblito, excepto una que tiene dos. Son turísticas también. Son islas, son bonitas. Como la isla de Pascua. Aquí en HD sí. Pero solo esa parte.
Que pierden mucho
Ya, la isla de más arriba es así.
Ah, ya veo.
La isla que está en medio es así. Y la isla que está más abajo.
2 minutes remaining.
Para entrar a sus detalles tendría que usar la tablet y el pincel más pequeño de esta.
Esa guay la tengo arriba, me da más paja.
Yo como dos planes. Porque me da altitud.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Juega en montaña.
Siempre no me veo.
¿Qué otros lugares tienen hartas montañas? Dale. Esto debería haberlo hecho un programa descargado.
¿Cierto?
Fox 2.
Hay montaña arriba a la izquierda donde está Infierno, hay harta montaña.
Ya,
Hay montaña. Hay montaña. En la isla que está abajo a la izquierda, como en el centro.
Ya, con láser en este juego, terrible fuerte.
¿En una de las tres islas?
No, en la isla grande de la izquierda.
Ah, ya, hay ya.
El maní, sí, ya.
todos
hay
en las
un-
montañas están repartidas es como una...
Una S. Pero como bien está bien está bien bien.
Lancaster. We have the upper hand.
Y ya la otra montaña no te la puedes tirar.
Operation to eliminate all enemy satellites also underway. All going according to plan. The end of the war is in
A
sight.
ver cómo son las cosas
Think of
que me
something
dan.
you'd like to eat, guys? 'Cause I'm buying. Roger that.
Para darme una idea, para que se parezca un poco. Por último, porque al parecer esta cosa tiene la opción de guardarlo en formato de la página.
5 SU-30s
Hago eso y
inbound.
todo después lo podía arreglar como si tuviera la realidad. Intentando que se parezca lo más posible a la mancha que hiciste, pero no va a quedar exactamente igual.
We just lost ship 3 and 4. We're taking heavy damage. It's like this monster is toying with us out there. We've got to do something.
LRSSG, we have an emergency order from Mission Command. Bring down Mr. X. I know it's a tall order, but HQ wouldn't ask if they didn't have faith in you.
The 2 leaders are on a different level, but don't underestimate the rest of them either. Mission proved to be fun. What do you mean? It's just like you say, the enemy has experienced fighters in their midst.
Pero bueno,
Missile hit.
era un misil.
You sure he's human?
Podría aguantar 2 más.
Podría.
Sí, sí.
Don't let Mr. X run wild. Friendlies are suffering heavy damage.
Survive is hit. Sorry, I gotta bail out. Even the escorts are seasoned. This one's got skills. Who are these guys?
¿Estás escapando?
Esquivando, no escapando.
Keep an eye on your rear.
Tienes que escapar. No, no.
Fox 2. Don't go at him alone.
Las islitas del chiquititas tienen montañas juntas.
Destruction confirmed.
Ya.
Stay focused. We've still got a monster to slay. Not long before our forces are routed.
Uy, qué tal. Ay, yo siempre me...
Conche tu madre, aquí te fuiste. Arriba, a la derecha.
¿Dónde está la L?
Cyclops, Strider, stop Mr. X.
Sí, ¿dónde está la L? Es un pantano, así que está lleno de río, lleno de lago, lleno de mierda.
La veo.
Cuidado, dijo que tengo un sabía que se hacerlo.
Cyclops 3 has bailed out safely. Let's go, Link. Listen, Trigger, real talk. If we keep this up, someone's not gonna...
Todavía lo hubiese matado el demonio.
I'll act as a lure. Meanwhile, you shoot down Mr. X. What? Alright, grab your
Esta es la foto que te dije como que eran los descendientes del
Man, this is one stubborn bastard. He's on my tail, but he ain't fire. Waiting for the perfect shot.
La diferencia entre donde hay montaña y donde no en cerca de Ciudad Enferma son muy notorias. Por ejemplo, hay ciudades, la ciudad está entre medio de cerros.
De hecho, la ciudad Inferno está como en un hoyo, es como en Orlando.
Oh, no.
Ah, ya, es como
Todo
una
es como en
rodeado.
Orlando. Todo en Orlando, pues. Todo en Orlando.
Está rodeada y se ve un cerro monstruoso para arriba de un volcán.
Entonces están al lado de un volcán y rodeado de cerros. Joder, como ese volcán se vaya en erupción, la gente
No, no, está bien todo dormidito. A menos que haya un puto molto, ¿no? Ah, mira, estos son los descendientes del Sling.
My radar has shown that an enemy aircraft has been stuck on Cyclops 1 for a while now.
Ah, muy bien.
Y cuando miran Ciro es...
¿No serían los antepasados?
Eso lo antes pasado, ¿no?
Y de repente fue como, espera un segundo.
Esto no tiene.
Puede que infierno debe ser intentar llegar a la ciudad a través de una cosa. Es más fácil llegar por ferry, ¿no?
El ferry te deja en un pueblito costero, y del pueblito costero podéis tomar un bus, son metros.
No, Wiseman.
Pero es a menos que...
Pokémon.
A menos que me caiga una visa de que viví en esta...
Ah, mi versión fue gratis. Maravilloso. Va a llegar y decir, hola, déjame adivinar, ciudad inferno. Gracias. Me lo imaginé.
¿Viene de paso o de trabajo? Yo vivo aquí, es espectacular, se le ve la ropa bien.
Con el bosque en el hombro, así.
He visto cosas más raras. Y vaya al Link con un Onix vestido de pequeño alligator. Hay que correr la
Yo debería probar esto con tablet a ver cómo funciona. Lo tengo aquí al lado.
Claro, gracias,
Podría ser. Si detecta presión sería maravilloso, pero como es una cosa de...
Bye bye,
Nada,
entonces.
nada.
Listen up. Just lost our real-time connection with Mission Command. It's not just Mission Command. I'm not getting any response from outside our LOS. Farbanti's now under Ocean control. The operation was a success.
Ah,
We
pero
didn't
yo
get
no
the
tengo
orders that
nada.
should have come after the operational success.
No,
We'll
pero
guide
yo
you
no
to the
tengo.
scheduled airport. All aircraft, leave this airspace immediately. Negative. They've got a debt to pay. Count. We all feel the
Ah,
same
claro,
way.
va a ser como que funciona.
So Wiseman died for nothing.
No, no funciona con tablet el programa, al parecer. ¿Cierto? Cancelar.
Se cayó el sistema.
Oh, no.
This is a peacekeeping force forward base near Erusian territory.
No volvemos por
Cagán
ahí.
Other
porque
Allied
se
aircraft
cayó la
have probably
internet
been
y
forced
en
to
el
make
Virtus ni siquiera
emergency
hay
landings
música.
at other airfields.
Ujú.
We don't know much. The mission to capture the capital is nearly complete, but we unfortunately have no intel.
Como me dijo que habían cerros.
The enemy communication satellites are down, and we have confirmed the deaths of several Erusian leaders. But our enemy was smart. They had a similar plan.
Uy,
Our own communication systems were destroyed at approximately the same time.
creo. Sí.
We have no idea when or if they'll come back online. Stand by for further details.
Siguiente misión.
Todas las misiones sin internet.
Sí. Totalmente desconectado del mundo está
As far as the
el
chaos
escuadrón.
we find ourselves in these days,
Hasta
it's
no.
difficult to say which side
No, hasta el
will
final del
trigger
juego.
first.
Se acabó.
Hasta el final del juego.
Sí. Con
Vaya.
5 misiones
Erusia
sin intro.
deployed an automatic intercept system with
Vaya.
drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to
Interesante.
bypass
Se hayan
them.
tomado ese
So
riesgo de...
Erusia
Sí,
decided
es
to
una
forma de
sabotage
volver el juego
Osea's
más difícil
communications and
también.
navigation technology.
Sí, me gusta el contexto. Me gusta el contexto que
Erusia
le dan a la
couldn't
historia.
launch a satellite themselves, but
Porque
they were still
básicamente
able to
están
hack
en
the
el fin de la
software of
guerra
the
y
Osean
no
transmission
saben
and
cómo
navigation
terminarla porque
systems.
no hay comunicación con
Before
ningún
Osea
comando.
even noticed, half of their
Vaya.
satellites were
Entonces no
hijacked.
tienen como que organizarse para poder
That's
terminar el conflicto.
In an
Ya.
attempt to knock out each other's
Y básicamente lo
capabilities,
único que hace con tu grupo es
both
sobrevivir.
forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites
Me
were
dijiste que
targeted.
donde estaba el
However,
Fabio, Gabriel,
Their
también había
destruction
montañas,
created
¿cierto?
a debris
No,
field
ahí no hay
in
montañas,
orbit
es puro
which wiped out
bosque.
scores of other
Ah, ya
satellites,
vale.
both private and
Diferente.
government.
Vale.
What kept the world relatively
Donde
sane
estaba
up to
la L
that
habían
point had been free-flowing
lagos.
data and information.
Lagos, sí. Lagos, ríos y
Now.
esas mierdas.
Those were gone.
Entonces, vamos a Que se vea mar, por favor.
All that remained was chaos and confusion.
Y esto.
Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their
Y ahora está ahí la guerra civil, además de la guerra que estaba entre dos
As for
países.
why some of Osia's military
Sí,
decided
ese es
to break
fantástico el
off
juego,
the main
maravilloso.
force and continue on their own, I have no idea.
El menso giro. Hay una
Perhaps
guerra
there was some
y dentro de esa
sort of
guerra hay otra
dispute
guerra.
over the chain of command.
Chúpate eso.
Como la,
The
como
Bueno, eso es
continent
lo
that
que
had
suele
once seen
pasar
wars that were only
en el
fought
mundo
between
real.
Osia and
como la vida
Erusia
real.
was now full of numerous
Porque la gente
conflicts
se aburre
between
de que haya
rival
guerra y
leaders
ya no quiere más
vying
guerra.
No,
for power.
no, acá no pasa eso. No es que se aburrieron.
Insurgencies were
Pequeño,
everywhere. I even heard a
hay un
rumor
país que
that a
está
group of
conformado por
Osian
varios
convicts
países.
had rebelled.
¿Ya?
Ah, ya.
Ah, ya. Ya.
Rumors.
Ahí
Sí.
empiezan los problemas.
It never
Y ahora
ceased
se
to
cayó el
amaze me
internet.
that even at a crazy time like
Que a la
this,
pura caga.
something
Que
as
la pura caga.
trivial as a rumor could find its way here.
De hecho, la misión que viene ahora, tengo que dispararle al enemigo.
Communications from
Pero primero hay que
corporate were cut
identificar
off.
si es que enemigo o aliado.
Apparently, the
Y tengo que
entire computer
acercarme.
network was down.
No puedo llegar y disparar.
It was a
Sí,
wise
así
decision
después
to make our
hacer-
drones autonomous with AI.
Sí, si le
instead of
disparo al
being
aliado
radio
muchas veces
controlled.
pierdo, básicamente.
Wise and forward thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can
Fue
still
me
use
mintió,
their
po, weón.
sensors to
El
navigate
Lega me
as long
mintió.
as they're working
¿Qué pasó?
properly.
Hoy día te hago los dos personajes.
Sure, the drones are
Conchetumare.
still working perfectly,
Hoy día te hago el lore.
following their mission
Capo.
orders to the letter.
¿Cuándo van a jugar?
I wish I could upload Mihai's
Cuando
new
termine
game
el
to
rol.
them,
O termina de
but
crear la
without a
historia.
connection, I
Y el
can't
rol de
upload the
Pokémon, ¿cierto?
software to the active drones.
Podría apañar.
The new ones we're
Tendría que
making,
crearme una hoja.
there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated.
Cuando el Master se vuelve loco.
I'll be
La hoja
taking
está
the
en la
daylight
página de Rod,
Empire
¿cierto?
away from the front lines
Sí.
now.
Ya, mañana trataré de crearme un PJ.
Oh,
Tiene que ser relacionado al universo
I'll
Pokémon,
be
¿cierto?
taking the girls too.
Voy a llegar, voy a andar con una motosierra, un hacha
Que
y
la
un
wea,
cuchillo.
weón.
To leave here.
Espectacular. Entendiste el juego a la
She's not
perfección,
much
Tato.
older
Te
than
felicito.
us, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't
Mira.
have any trouble
Voy
with
a
it.
mandar una foto sobre
Soy el mejor.
I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I
No,
imagine
la
it was
reina.
looking for
Digo
a
la
safer
princesa.
place.
No, princesa.
The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Y este Ace Combat tiene waifu, pues. No, eso no lo tiene cualquier Ace Combat, ¿no?
Se parece bastante a cómo sería.
parece correcto.
Al lado a la derecha, abajo a la derecha tenéis la referencia.
Rusia's communication
tengo el
networks have been
poder de
down
saber.
since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All
Es
of
que en un momento
Erusia
me
has
dice,
been
voy a
affected.
dibujarlo,
We
fue como,
don't know
espera.
when things will be back up and running. We're
Mejor
not
que me
even
dé
sure if this
referencia
is
de-
Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned and move on to the next operation after liberating
Ya tengo
Farbanti.
grabado mi personaje.
Let's get to it.
Vaya, eso fue rápido.
Since the war
Lo tengo.
began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian
O sea,
army.
tengo la personalidad principal del personaje.
With the capital
Ah,
under
¿dónde?
our control, Erusia's radical
Correcto.
element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of
entonces-
power.
Mientras lo tengas rapidito para
HQ
que
is
el...
thinking
con
of
eso,
podamos
developing
rolear
con-
pronto.
con esta personalidad voy a ganar el juego fácilmente.
Oh, no.
Sí.
Personalidad ganador.
Maravilloso.
Con el espíritu ganador. Siempre gano en el corazón.
Personalidad, no soy Satoshi. Ahí sí.
Buena, espectacular. Buena personalidad, me
No
gusta.
soy Satoshi.
I would like the new Strider Squadron
Cualquier
to
personaje
provide
menos
escort
Satoshi.
for the
Sí,
officer.
gané.
Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently
Right,
down in the
that's
capital,
something
I
that
very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely
guardo
that
el punto
Erusia's
ese, Gabriel?
intelligence department and the remaining forces
guardo
who are
esto?
aware of the officer's
Si quieres.
movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make
básicamente
sure he stays
bastante-
safe. Our victory in
único que falta
Farbanti has
sería
given us
agregarle
a
las
golden
ciudades y
opportunity to
esas cosas.
finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based
sí, que ya
IFF
no
has
sé nada.
become unreliable following the recent communications
Pronto lo
failure.
sabrás. Si lo termino esta noche.
As such,
Esperemos que
target
sí,
ID
poder
will be
ver
done
esta
by
semana.
processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Ya que es un pantano, debe estar detrás de un mar. Está en un mar verde. Así.
1 de 1. 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 1 de 1.
¿Puedo comprar un avión? ¿No? A ver. Necesito 2 millones, tengo 1.300.000. No, falta. ¿Qué más llevo? ¿Llevo el láser? Llevo el láser. ¿Cómo se va a estar más? PLCL. No hay una forma de aumentar. A ver. PLCL. No, no hay nada igual. Su 33 tiene el ML. ¿Qué más tiene el ML? ML. Balancearon el juego para que ningún avión potente tuviera el ML, exceptuando el último avión. Tiene sentido.
Vale.
Para no romper el juego.
Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
Es muy divertida la opción de la perspectiva. No sé.
Las Hope.
Mira.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting.
Abrí ese programa
Are
y
you
el
really
juego se va a la
friendlies?
mierda.
Over.
O sea, el PC es como que se laguea.
Airborne warning and
No
control
se me
system
laguea.
for the Osean Long Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknown's cockpit cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
Maravillosa esta misión. Muy bueno.
Something I'll never get used to. Tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial
El diseño de niveles de Space Combat es la raja. Del Goro. ¿Qué? ¿Ah? No. No es solo Goro. No, o sea, me refiero al posicionamiento del enemigo y lo que hay que hacer en la misión. Está bien diseñado. Es que no es lo mismo colocar enemigos random que colocarlos bien posicionados. Claro, uno podría decir es solo volar, pero no es tan así. Es como decir en Call of Duty es solo correr y disparar. Eso no hace un diseño de niveles.
ID'd as Osean forces. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
Strider 1,
vaya.
Strato 1, target acquired.
Ponerla en HD y seleccionar el pantalla.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Pero esto igual hay... Pero le da más sentido.
It's erosion.
They are responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us.
The more the merrier.
Vale.
Disculpa, ¿estás hablando ahí?
Estoy hablando solo. No me hagas caso.
Ah, ahora.
We can't see the tops of the roofs from down here.
Ah,
Be on the
ya.
lookout for enemy ambushes.
Esta cosa... Oh, no digo. Ya veo.
We made it through
Esta
the
me
Anchorhead
permite darle
Bay
oportunidad
area.
al océano.
We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge.
Sí,
We're
al
taking the
océano.
coastal highway as the next ramp.
Buceo, a menos que quieran bucear. En ese caso me veo obligado a inventar unos...
Oye, ¿cómo son ¿qué son esas espacialmente en tus manchas negras? A ver, ¿cómo va a haber un pueblo costero sin mar? Explícame eso. Ah, muy bien.
A bucear debajo.
Pero, si hay un que te permite bucear, ¿qué me estás contando?
¿Van a bucear pedazos de cerdos?
Eso ya no lo sé. No sé qué dirán los demás.
Madre, ya cabrón, vamos todos a bucear.
En teoría, de primeros Pokémon, yo voy a hacer la que va a tener un Pokémon tipo agua y va a ser un Musky, y los Musky a ese nivel por lo menos aprender buceo. De hecho, creo que buceo se desbloquea como a... penúltimo
Ah, introducido en la tercera generación. ¡Fuck it!
¿Cómo que no? Que me dijiste que iba a introducir toda la experiencia.
Introducido en la tercera generación. No existe el buceo. No pueden, son hueones. Sí, va a existir.
Tranquilo, si no sabemos. No creo que los demás transmisión tendrían que atrapar un Pokémon tipo agua y no sé si lo van a hacer un Pokémon tipo agua. Lo dudo, sinceramente.
Strider 4, Fox 2.
Nice work. That takes care of that one. We're heading for the highway. Thanks to you, the enemy got out of paying that toll.
Tengo que sacarme a melee con el avión para disparar ahora.
This is AWACS Argus. Those who can hear us are our allies.
Ha pegado al otro.
Your orders are to dispose of Eduard Clark. The Ocean Army officer with him is an imposter.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous in Kruger Park. Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, it was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belkans. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belkan technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian flight test center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI.
Basta, no hacer lo que más.
To us, it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. For those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point is a helipad on this man-made
Ya me ha
island.
venido acá.
We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Con apenas eso significa que no te vamos a tener Pokémon tipo hielo.
En teoría en la zona con frío sí, pero no tanto puto frío como para que sea...
Ah, no, además sería complicado.
Members of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians. An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. An attack.
Target has been destroyed. Ocean military.
Fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tanker.
Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostile.
Cambia caleta con las profundidades del mar. Mucho vida. Me hablan mucho que se le da en el detalle.
Our captain's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erusian military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since I put in this squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
We're about to cross Anchor Ridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
We have no choice. Fire! An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for it.
We're taking fire! Take care of them! I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks.
En todo caso, la wea de... ¿Cómo se llama de verdad?
The general is speaking with the commander. Please fire with the Ocean aircraft. General's orders. We're the only ones here on
A ver si trato de pasar por este túnel.
We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood.
Ni una puta fe.
System failures caused friendly fire incidents for Ocean forces.
Oh, joder.
Rumors of demons turning on their former allies.
Nuevos piloto estrella. Terror del aire.
Salí.
Tu personaje sería un tipo volador.
Forces in the center, south, and east struggle over stabilization of the nation.
Ya, pero el dato y no voy a afectar ningún jugador más porque con un chico madre.
Dale.
Pero que además que no.
Mira, Golo. Yo ya tengo pensado movernos por
Todos tienen que terminar de alguna u otra manera en la ciudad de Manila.
Voy a mandar esta noche la ciudad y los pueblos, pero todo está en ciudad. Bueno, pueblo banana, pero. Pueblo banana.
MMO. Tu ciudad es una, pero siempre de alguna forma u otra terminas
A tomar por culo de oro importante para tener un motivo para avanzar.
You heard the call. There are no friendlies out there.
Target shot down.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the general's day.
Its ID is Erusian.
The general's a real celebrity. It seems everyone wants to meet him.
ID is Ocean forces.
How'd you last long, Caster? We've been briefed and we're here to help.
this darkest hour, we need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Scorch Network.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place.
Full way on.
I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. It should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
Este es un continente. Tenemos
Un continente bien grande. El continente más grande de todo el mundo.
It's
Por
not lying about carrying civilians.
a tomar por culo de los.
uno de los entonces el template debería ser
We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait, unknown's attacking the girl's plane.
Hold on tight.
Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They Ocean fighters. ID them ASAP. ID complete. They're Ocean fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp.
Uh-huh.
Right, I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Welcome.
Wilco.
Evading this.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
Careful. Those guys are good. Wait. Just to give those Ocean big shots to you, I managed to catch a glimpse of the three strikes.
Don't miss. Aim carefully.
9. No good. Shit.
Locked on.
Bandit destroyed. Well done.
They're in my way. I'm on my target's tail.
Bueno.
Nice kill.
Strider 1, bandit splashed.
Aguante el láser, viejo. Mejor arma del fuego.
All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is in drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Ocean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Welcome.
Understood.
Wilco.
Can't afford the MQ-99 launch. Our commands are overridden.
Fox 2.
They must be accessing it remotely. Who's behind this?
Strider 1, bandit splash.
Hey, it's not our fault they're all listening to the enemy. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
To build something else entirely.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
minutes to go.
There has to be a time when it should not function.
Two bandits left. Show them what you got. Missile evaded. One bandit to go.
¡Ah, qué divertido! Si eliminas culturas, otras y la tercera que va quedando va tomando terreno.
¿Cómo? ¿Qué va a quedar?
All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopters flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay.
No me deja... Vale,
All aircraft, RTB,
no me
mission
deja
complete.
dejar al mundo sin culturas, pero sí sin ciudades, ¿me parece? Correcto.
No puede no haber cultura, pero puede no haber gente.
En teoría, creo que es más.
The Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up.
Dejo por defecto una ciudad, un país llamado
They stole
neutral.
our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake. Are you sent by the general staff? No, listen, listen, I can't.
Ahora, una paja muy grande aquí al parecer es que me tomó como el cerro muy grande, un montón de cerros.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns?
Mapa. Claro. Ah, sí, si llegas a tomar esto, no pongas clear all porque vas a perder todo.
La experiencia.
Tampoco hagas clic en la tontería que dice...
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too
No,
once our planes are ready.
abrir.
Oh, and Labarth is dead. What did you say? Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward. All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him cry.
Conche tu madre.
Cultura.
No lo tengo ni una hueá que hacer mañana.
Vaya.
Cada vez que, en serio, cada vez que
Yo los dejo.
edite
Ahí nos vemos mañana. Nos vemos mañana. Bye bye. Puta.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Ocean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Ocean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that Rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
"You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness." Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Farbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer, at this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation,
it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
So much at stake, I can't imagine Erusea just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs.
They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. It's what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own.
Please, we need help.
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete. Fox 2.
We're under attack!
Update us on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety. Do me a favor, Longcaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
There's more over here. The bodies against the road are part of the fight. Guys are all lined up. No, they are not combatant. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here, but I really don't want to guess. I just got the photograph. Head back to 18. Give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to killed in the proper burial. off properly.
Missile.
An explosion inside!
Missile.
Continue the countdown.
Missile.
Johnny's not stupid.
Missile.
We're on the supply ship. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal bird left. Bob, we'll have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ship. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. They think we're done for.
Took a hit.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
Ambush, stay calm, reform the ring. It's fine if we take a little damage. Let's just finish this fight now. Get in the landing craft.
Missile.
Many thanks, Wildcaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Missile.
Understood.
Missile. Missile.
We're down to less than half our vehicle.
Missile.
Visibility's good. We need help. Bring all the injured.
Missile.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Stall warning. Stall warning. Missile.
I'm on my target.
Ah, por la que.
Thank you. But will we make it in time?
A landing ship is waiting for you.
Right. Leave the room. This is guaranteed the one-way ticket to hell.
Missile.
Pretty sure
Olé.
we're there already.
Missile.
It's
Missile.
the Osean military.
Don't they know they're on the safe side?
We'll be firing at each other!
Missile.
This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Front. The info is from an allied AWAC. Hold your fire. Roger. But what are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out. All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
We're outnumbered, taking heavy losses. We can't even run. The enemy will shoot us in the back.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Back out 13. Two tanks left, but they're running on fumes and low on ammo.
Missile.
Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Missile.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Missile.
Understood.
Missile.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you.
Missile.
Should we fire? Even if we're not fired on? Of course. Chase out the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there. Commence Operation No Return! Doing good. Stay on course.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Missile.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
We're outnumbered and we'll be surrounded.
Missile away.
Trigger, boss, get over here quick! If that had been our fight, we might have made it.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
They got a stubborn one on my ass.
They're starting to fire blindly at us. You can see they're getting desperate.
You went into the clouds. Lost them.
Intercept them now. Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
Ram 7, I'm behind my target.
I'm behind my target. Intercept those bombers.
Hey you, dumbass with a scratch on his tail. You hear me? I need you to help me. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Illusion tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? You can call me the Scrap Queen.
Longcaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
There's still 3 days, or count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
We had a bit of intel for you. Share it, so you can help those refugees.
Count me in.
That's right.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she?
So easy. It's who's taking this to the enemy's doorstep, not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! Attack right here!
Longcaster, we can...
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. Don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Hurry! Target acquired.
Nice job! The enemy tanks are toast. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
Locked on. Cyclops 3. Fox 2.
That takes care of them. No civilian casualties? Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Beginning terminal countdown. Pressure stable. Cooling system is on.
Longcaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it from an Illusion soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the Arsenal Bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the Arsenal Bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network. All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar. You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
This city sucks like this.
Let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it.
I was expecting this to be easy if all they can do is fly fast.
The supply ship's in the clouds. We can't find it.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Alright, let's move in behind them and take them down.
Looks like that's one of them down. Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down. We've recalculated the remaining time. 90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network. Don't lose them! Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. If this thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her, and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress.
Can't say I blame him. Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either.
The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Belkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat. Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
It's my strong belief that the rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
But even then, Harling still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
Oh, I was told he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, though, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Ferbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusia, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. While we can't use all our aircraft to attack, the transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first, and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
No Osean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target. We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, into work. Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire right away. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not. Strider 1, target destroyed.
So, we capture this base and take the fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trigger?
You take if you want to live. That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Hushin.
Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position. Retreat!
There are more vehicles along the road. They don't appear to be military. They're Erusian refugees. They must be fleeing since the conflict got worse.
Unidentified aircraft. Identify at once or we'll open fire.
What are you talking about? They already are firing on us. The enemy's confused.
I know.
Roger. Enemy has a lock on you.
We're all out of ammo. Don't give up. We're not going to lose our country again. There aren't that many in here to get things down.
So what's this faction split from the Erusian military?
The autonomous state of Shalaji used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence.
Those who want to restore their homelands flock to it. Apparently, their core consists of officers from Vaslij, which neighbored Shalaji.
Are they our enemies?
They're our enemy's enemy, but not our friends.
Te lo arden, Mike.
We're unable to use the SAMs.
My plane's starting to lace up. Their resistance is strong. They seem pretty desperate.
Breaking from enemy. Punch 2. Hit them with the AA shells and they'll come down.
Missile away.
Missile breaking. They have 4 aircraft. More planes incoming. Fire more missiles. Pistol squad, no.
We're coming up on the castle. Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies. Shit!
I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Yeah, I know.
That's Shalaji Castle.
There you go, Red. It's paid what you did to our scouts. Take in both civilians and refugees without discrimination. Get away from the stone buildings and take shelter somewhere secure or underground. Drop where you are and cover your head with your jet engine. Over infantry fighting vehicles heading to car. Everything's on fire!
Rider 1, target eliminated.
Set up AA weapons. Put them on a flat surface.
Strider 1, Fox 2. Target hit.
Bandit acquired. Lock on.
Target was not struck. Strider 1, target acquired.
Ladder, aim and fire!
Roger. Enemy has a lock on you. Trigger.
Wilco. Righto. Let's finish it before King gets here.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Don't let him get under your skin. Missile inbound. Drinking.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
I'm behind my target. He should have left just like we told him to.
Watch your chaff and flare supply. Missile away.
Vito and I will take care of them. Understood it.
Hostile confirmed destroyed.
What the hell do you know about Wiseman? Will's been hit. He's ejected. Damn. We can't even last long enough to buy ourselves some time.
This, as expected, but a lucky shot would be boring.
Some kind of energy. No, it's a real gun.
Strider 1, you have a bogey approaching at high speed. Bearing 090, straight from the east. High-speed projectile launch from the aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky.
I can still help you.
Don't waste your life. Dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you. I am not that person. Mihai.
Hostile team squad will be retreating. Those fighting below are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. As long as we're alive, our hopes and dreams live on. Hey, look at the color of that plane. Damn, that's the flames of hell. Time for payback.
Negative. No good. I can't get close enough.
Leave it to Trigger. The rest of us will just get away. Rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through. Wilco. Might just cost us our lives.
Fox 2.
Mr. X is ascending rapidly.
The missiles went straight for the sun. Not a casual move.
Someone to guide us. I can't think of anyone other than you. Being together with Mihai taught me something. Fighters don't understand how vast the cosmos and the skies. I'm there with the forces that you and the Air Force should be fighting against.
Hit on unidentified aircraft. The enemy's mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack. Unidentified aircraft. Land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like one of your pilots is also fighting alone.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then to see if he's truly worthy.
Missile evaded.
Targeting correction 0.8 degrees. Ready to fire.
Strider 1 has been hit. I can't reach him. Lost radar contact.
One shot.
unidentified aircraft. The enemy's mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack. Unidentified aircraft, land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like one of the pilots is also fighting alone.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then to see if he's truly worthy.
It's like the sky's been sliced wide open.
Someone to guide us. I can't think of anyone other than you. Being together with Mihai taught me something. Drone fighters don't it's the cosmos of the skies. There, the Air Force should be fighting against it. That bastard's moving in a way that minimizes the damage even when he's hit. Keep firing those missiles until you blow him to pieces.
No me digas, ¿qué?
The railgun is firing again. Bad news. Its accuracy is increasing with each shot. Take it down as quickly as possible.
Cooldown complete.
Not bad. Get closer.
100%.
Not bad. This weapon is not enough to take down.
No.
This aircraft is my body. If they are not enough, then I must put my soul into it. There are pilots like you in every generation, and I've found every last one of them.
Strider 1 has been hit. Are you alright?
He's flying, but if he takes another hit, it's a miracle you're not in a million pieces.
Vamos, dale.
He's still flying, but his plane's
Yeah.
damaged. Finish him off, Trigger.
It's a hit. The unidentified aircraft is going down.
He got him. Trigger has splashed a bandit.
Can you hear me, pilot with the 3 strikes? This was all due to my ego. I unleashed pure chaos upon this world, just so I could keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing. I just don't know what.
Caution alert. Caution alert. Caution alert.
No. Oh shit. Soy imbécil.
High-speed projectile launch enemy aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky. We can still help you. Don't waste your life. Dedicate it to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, we must find someone to guide you. I'm not that person. Mihai.
Muscle squad will be retreating. Those fighting below are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. As long as we're alive, our hopes and dreams live on. Hey, look at the color of that plane. Damn, that's
unidentified aircraft is going down.
He got him. Trigger has splashed a bandit.
Can you hear me? Pilot with the 3 strikes. This was all due to my ego. I unleashed pure chaos upon this world, just so I could keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing. I just don't know what.
Luckily, the rumor that the Erusian army is advancing nearby is only a rumor. There's no sign of them from the skies. Rumors, rumors, rumors. This is what happens when you lose communications. But we got one good fact. The plane Trigger shot down was an advanced model of the XO2 Wyvern. It was developed in the last Continental War. Erusia had a lot up their sleeves. Apparently, they were even supposed to have Belkin aircraft back in the First War. What if Trigger couldn't shoot it down? Just thinking about it gives me chills. We're lucky to be here. In war, you never know what's lurking behind the curtains. But it looks like everything's loose now. Solid chain of command, rest periods after sorties, a battlefield where you know friend from foe. All of that's gone now, lost in a fog of confusion. Feels like a distant dream. Now, just how the hell are we gonna get out of this mess?
Suficiente, bueno. Voy a revisar nuestras cosas y mañana. Aclara esto.